Hello, and my apologies for the sound. La la la. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Hi, can you hear me? Please say yes. Hello, Francesca. Can you hear me? Yay! You can hear me. Good morning. Greetings from New Orleans, New Zealand. I'm so happy you guys can hear me. This is my very first YouTube live stream. And thank you. Hi, Janae. Hello, Francesca. Thank you, Francesca. Oh, wow. So, okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my first YouTube live. My apologies for those who were on there a few minutes ago. This is my very first live, and no one could hear me. Greetings from New Orleans. Wow, this is fun. This is exciting. It's new for me. Thank you, Francesca. That's why if some of you are already my subscribers, thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and greetings from New Orleans here in my living room. Like I said, this is my first YouTube live, so I'm not professional. I don't have professional lighting or professional makeup artist or all these things. So, thank you, Francesca, very much. And greetings from New Orleans. So excuse me. I am what I am and who I am. Like I said, I tried to get the best lighting. The weather is actually beautiful here in New Orleans. It's Monday. It's 3:06 p.m. in New Orleans, and the sun is beautiful. I know, Antonio. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you. And thank you, Jazia. So yeah, so for some of you who are already subscribed to my YouTube, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I feel like I'm just very thankful for all of you, and all the ones that have been subscribing, a lot of you, or a lot of people that have come to the attention of my YouTube channel have come by a video that I posted of myself here in New Orleans in the French Quarter. Thank you, Francesca, and I do. And that's why I do care very much. So that's why I'm making this video, my first YouTube live video. So the first video that might have brought some attention to my channel was the video I posted of myself here in New Orleans, walking down the street early in the morning, going to Walgreens, trying to grab something real quick and come back home. And I ran into a beautiful baby boy, Elijah, who's almost 2 years old. I think he was like 1.5. And of course, I was shocked and happy and many different emotions, because I knew immediately when I saw him, wow, he's just like me. Here's a Black baby with blue eyes. And it just like something, maybe because he was a baby, but it was just really, really like, it just grabbed my heart. So I had posted that video, and so some of you may have seen or come to the attention of my YouTube channel by my YouTube channel by that, and then seeing the other videos that are of me usually in my daily before the pandemic and still during the pandemic, videos of me singing. What I am a full-time band leader. My name is Alicia Renee. My parents named me Alicia Renee, but since I was a child, people would always say, "What's your name?" And I would say, "Alicia Renee." And they would look at me and say, "Okay, you're Black with blue eyes. I'm calling you Blue Eyes." So everybody thinks they gave me the nickname Blue Eyes since childhood. And basically, I decided I was going to make a video because, you know, nowadays we all know that if we want something, and I'm going to try and pay attention and get right into it, because I've really watched a lot of YouTube videos and tried to say, what don't I like about these videos, or what do I like? And one of my biggest pet peeves is, I don't know why, I get it, I guess, but a lot of times people spend like 15 minutes talking before they get into what the title's about. And so since that's sort of annoying to me, I promise you guys I will not be just like go on and on and on, but you know, before we get to the point. But the point is that people saw the video of me with the child, then they went over into the videos and discovered that I sing and I'm a band leader, and people have been really beautiful with their words and the love and the kind and the support, watching me do my thing here in New Orleans with my full band, everywhere from New Orleans Jazz Museum to, you know, WWOZ 90.7 FM with my full band, not just sitting in the house. And it's been a lot of love. So my point is, usually we go to the internet because we want to find everything, anything you can think of, you think you can Google. So being a Black person with blue eyes, I have Googled from time to time. I've definitely Googled from time to time, Black person with blue eyes, because I want to see people like me. And I've seen what you might have seen if you Google Black people with blue eyes, baby pictures, people all over the world, people all over the world with blue eyes. And that's cool. But I'll, you know, and then shout out to Cindy Black, whom I've never met, but I've seen her videos and I think she's absolutely beautiful. And I was so happy to see a Black girl. And I knew at first I was looking like, are those her? She looks so, but then I was like, that's her, you know? So I was really happy, like, oh, it's someone like me. And I would sort of watch her videos and I was like, okay, she's into beauty and fashion and she's just absolutely a gorgeous girl, you know what I mean? She's just beautiful, well-spoken. So if you're watching, shout out to you, Cindy Black. I never met you. I'd love to meet you one day. If not, I'm just happy that to see such a beautiful sister doing her thing out there. So shout out to you. I think I said your name right. I hope I did. But you know, also I decided to make a video basically addressing what I wasn't getting. Like, what is the experience of being Black with blue eyes? What do people feel like? What are their experiences? And I have had a few people reach out to me through social media, and we actually physically met, and they were Black with blue eyes, and we were able to share each other's stories. But to make a long story short, I decided I would go on YouTube and start sharing my experiences, what it was like for me being a Black woman with blue eyes, as growing up in America. I wrote things down because I'm going to try and keep things in order. We're almost at the 10-minute mark, so I have to get right into it. So again, thank you to everybody that's joining me right now. Like I said, I am a little nervous, but I'm just going to jump into it. And again, I'm a little nervous. I am a full-time band leader. I'm used to singing my whole life. I'm used to, you know, having a band and singing a cappella, singing with a band all over. As an independent artist, I've always been proud to be an independent artist. You can Google Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes, and see many things, many of my musical journeys and works everywhere from Switzerland to New York to Chicago, definitely New Orleans. So if you do like what you're hearing and you feel like supporting myself and my channel, or whatever they say, you know, please feel free to Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal me. Any donation and all donations are appreciated. I just posted it in the comments. So if you have any questions, I'm very open, because one thing, thank you, Jazzy Abu, and thank you, Lily Mayflower. Thank you so much. Shout out to California. Greetings from New Orleans. Shout out to Cali. So I wrote things down so I can stay on track. Now, I decided to write or do this YouTube video and share my experience because I've never been able to find anyone else that posted their experience. I mean, a little bit, like I said, Cindy Black, that was the closest that I was able, but she was talking about Wardenberg syndrome or something like that. And I've had people tell me about, oh, tell me what I am. Hi, Erin. So I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna learn. I'm watching the YouTubers. Will come on. They'll come on there like, okay, this is what I'm here to talk about, and then I'll see their eyes go and just get totally thrown off by the comments. But I'm gonna try and answer all your comments and pay attention. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask or email me because this is how I learn and grow as well. So, boom. Being born Black in America with blue eyes. The first time I really acknowledged it or noticed it was in elementary school. I mean, I knew I was Black with blue eyes, and I'm not going to date myself, but the colored contacts people weren't rocking them when I was a kid. So people just knew these were my eyes when I was a child. Everybody knew that's blue eyes. You know, her name's Alicia Renee, but we all call her blue eyes. So it was interesting. I always say I felt like a social experiment, like a walking social experiment, because I had so many different reactions from different people, from the races. And I was always just like more interested in why do people behave this way. Like most people were just like, oh my God, your blue eyes, that's so pretty. And then as a child, you did deal with jealousy. And that hurt because you didn't understand, like, why I'm born this way, you know. In elementary school, I'll just keep it honest. Like my first year of elementary school, I'll just keep it 100 because I'm not on here to pretend. I'm on here to keep it real. So my first year in public school, in elementary school, I had to get taken out immediately because every day I would be sent home. I would go home crying because I was being teased about my blue eyes. I was called cat eyes. And I didn't understand that. I just remember being a child like, no, I'm human. And they would always say, oh, you have cat eyes. Most people would say they were pretty. And then it would hurt my feelings when some people would say, oh, they scare me. And I just didn't understand. And I did attend a predominantly Black school, African-American school. So that my mom was an educator, my mother and father. I grew up in a basically middle class home. My mother was an educator. She had her doctorates in education. Rest in peace, mommy. And my father worked for General Motors and had his own private business on the side. I was born in Flint, Michigan. So I live here in New Orleans. And it's interesting because even people that are locals, they think I'm from New Orleans. They're like, no, she's one of us. And I feel like I am one of y'all. But I was born in Flint, Michigan. My mother and father were beautiful, beautiful parents. Both of them are passed on. Rest in peace to mommy and daddy. But my first year, I went to public school and I was snatched out like within a few weeks because I would come home crying all the time, being teased for being Black with blue eyes. And that just threw me off. So my mother then snatched me out and put me in private school where it was quite the opposite. I was told I was told I was special. Everybody wanted to be my friend. It was interesting. I don't want to use the word. I'm trying not to use the word, but I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I felt like the token, you know what I mean? Like the token. Oh, you're Black, but you're not like the other Blacks. And I was like, what do they mean? I'm like my lips. What do they mean? But so low key, they thought they were complimenting me, but low key that was hurting my feelings because I thought Black, and I still do think Black people are beautiful. What do you mean I'm not like them? And that's what would hurt too, because remember, I'm coming from public school where they're being teasing me, saying I look like my eyes remind them of a cat and things like that. And so I felt, obviously, as a child, like, man, I would cry to my mother, like, I just want my own people to love me. Why don't they love me? I would be. But the interesting thing also is that, hey, Michigan. But the interesting thing is that, thank you, Lily, is that in public school, all the cool, now this is what I think about in hindsight, all the cool people, the 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 preps, the jocks, the cheerleaders, the pretty ones, quote unquote, the well-dressed ones, whatever made you cool in school, they were the ones that always would come to my defense. So they would be like, from elementary school or even in the hood or whatever, they'd be like, you don't mess with Blue Eyes. That's Blue Eyes. She's cool and she can sing. You don't mess with Blue Eyes. So I thought that was interesting. I used to always be like, wow, the cool kids. So I guess in hindsight, maybe the less secure people, because I guess if you're cool and you're in high school or whatever, or elementary school, I guess you're feeling yourself. You're not so insecure. Maybe you are, but that's a whole nother topic. But so in elementary school, that was my first wake-up call. My mother, rest in peace, loves to tell the story of me being like around 6 or 7 years old and us going to the store. We went to Myers. Shout out to Myers if you're up on Myers. But anyway, we went to the store and we went to checkout, and this African-American lady at checkout had made the comment when she looked at me, oh, wow, I've never seen, I've watched enough YouTube videos to know, watch what you say, but starts with the letter N with blue eyes. And my mom said that my comment was, well, as far as I'm concerned, you still haven't. And she said that's when she knew, oh, she's a little feisty, sassy, something, So, wow. Hello, Dale from South Africa. Hello. Aw, thank you. Oh, always, Francesca. Thank you. Yeah. So, let me stay focused. So yeah, those were sort of my experiences like during elementary school, is that, and I'm going to try and make this like a 3-part thing. So if you have any questions, please feel free. Again, greetings from New Orleans, greetings from my living room. Like I said, this is my first YouTube video, so I don't have professional lighting or a professional makeup artist or all that cool banners and logos and chings and all that stuff. But I do have me to share with you. So I hope that's cool for you. So like I said, in the neighborhood, all the cool kids would defend me and protect me. And it was just very interesting because I felt like I didn't have anyone to really relate to, because for obvious reasons, I didn't have anyone growing up in Flint, Michigan that was Black with blue eyes. There was one girl, and we met in adulthood, but people would tell me about her. And she said people would tell her about me. Her name was Tanya, and she was from Flint, Michigan. And they would say, oh, there's a Black girl with blue eyes that looks like you. Her name's Tanya. And she said they would tell her, oh, there's a Black girl with blue eyes. Her name's Alicia, but everybody calls her Blue Eyes. And so we met in adulthood, but we never really got a chance to talk. But I remember us being very gentle to one another, like, and almost nervous, or probably maybe she was just as, I wasn't freaked out. I was just like happy and nervous. Like, what do you look like? Where do you come from? Is anybody in your family have them? And she was like, no. Does anyone in your family have them? She'd ask me and I'd say no. And so it still felt like, okay, I met one person, and I think it was something like, it wasn't like if you saw the video with me and that child, she was beautiful, but they weren't like blue, blue, blue. You know what I'm saying? So to make a long story short, it was interesting because then for a long time, I still was like, man, I wish I had somebody Black with blue eyes to share my stories with and my experiences with. And I would think about people that are mixed, you know what I mean? I was like, wow, there's plenty of mixed people in the world, especially in America. Growing up, I'd see mixed people all the time. And I was like, see, they can go to one another, maybe I would assume. And then I would wonder, is this how they feel? Like the blacks are telling me, oh, you think you're white because you have blue eyes, or, oh, your eyes remind me of a cat. And then that's what the blacks were telling me growing up. And then the white, not all, there were some beautiful, like I said, the coolest blacks in the hood and in public school were the ones that always came to my defense and just showed me so much love. And that's who I really hung out with when I was able to hang out. It was them. So that was cool. But it was just interesting. So I used to wonder, like, is this how mixed children feel? Do they feel like, man, the whites want me around because I have a cool look or something, and the blacks are like mad at me because they think I don't know. I used to be so confused as a child, and like, what is this? Thank you. So it was really exciting to see so many beautiful Black people with blue eyes on the internet and on the web. But I never heard anyone actually, they might say, I just never heard, I haven't heard anyone share their story, like from childhood until now. What was it like? So that was a little bit of my elementary, that was cool. And then in middle school, I just found out because of social media, but in middle school, I used to cry. Like, I really had an issue about that. Like I said, going from public school, my mother taking me and putting me in private school because I was just being teased so much for being Black with blue eyes, to when I'm in private school, they're like, oh my God, like making me feel like it was cool, but and they didn't do it intentionally, but I did feel like, oh, I'm the special token. Like, oh my God, everybody wanted to bring me home, and could I spend the night at their homes? And, it even got to one point, one person had asked me, can I bring you to class for my 8th grade science experiment? And I was like, what? Like, what? And they were like, yeah, because nobody believes, that Black people can be born with blue eyes. And if I can bring you to, I would love to bring you into my class for science experiment. And I was like, no, because I was just like, no, I didn't understand that. Like, why do they want to do that? But, well, bye, Francesca, and thank you. This video is going to stay up afterwards. And again, this is my first video, and thank you. For those that are subscribing, because I'm just sharing a little bit about myself and my experience. And like I said, I asked myself, what is it that you wish was on the internet that you can't really find? And it was, what is it like? What can other people share with me? Like, what was their story being Black with blue eyes, especially in America? Because like I said, this is going to be a part 3. I'm going to try and make this a part 3. I've definitely lived outside of America, in Switzerland. Shout out to all my people in Switzerland. And, I'll answer some of the questions and then go on to the next. So I will answer some questions. Elisa asked me, do you get tired of people talking about your eye color? I have friends who wish people would talk about anything else than their eyes. Good question, Elisa. No. No. To be honest, no. I mean, maybe... no, because for me, every time I get a chance to have a conversation with someone and let them know, like, this is me, no disrespect to any of the other artists out there, but no, I'm not on some Nicki Minaj. These are mine. They don't pop out. You know what I mean? This is how I was born. I don't wear colored contacts. I'm not knocking, and I don't knock people that wear colored contacts. I'm an artist. I'm all about expression, but I can also express that this is actually me. Sorry about that camera. And sorry. And it was fine. I don't know why I'm doing stuff like that. So anyway, I don't get tired. I just sometimes it's funny because like I said, I see different reactions. I'm so sorry, y'all. I see different reactions um, from different people. I used to be a waitress, and no, thank you, Alicia. Like I said, this is my first YouTube live video. I am nervous. I do have other videos where you can see me performing everywhere from here in New Orleans Jazz Museum, WWLZ 90.7 FM. I write my own music as well. Most of the videos are definitely of me singing Billie Holiday to Nina Simone to Sarah Vaughan, on and on and on, a little bit of Aretha Franklin. And, again, thank you to each and every one of you that are even giving me your time to share. Like I said, if you like my music, please, thank you for supporting me. And if you're enjoying me sharing a little bit about myself, not just my music, and feel like helping to support this channel, because I'm definitely like intrigued by YouTube now, and I'm just happy and thankful for all the beautiful people that have just come out of nowhere that are just like coming to my channel and showing so much love. It's definitely appreciated. Again, if you're enjoying this, me sharing my story, which is nervous because I don't really have anyone or any video to go off of and compare to. Well, let me go to this Black woman that shares her story about being born Black with blue eyes. And trust me, I've heard and definitely got those messages about, oh, the Black woman with the children. I've heard that, but those are like isolated, like not to take anything away from her story, but those are like, that's just a moment of her life. I still don't know, well, what was it like for you being, how did the people treat you? So back to my story, and thank you, Earrent. And let me see if there are any more questions. Excuse me, I'm still a little nervous. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Dale. Hi, Nick. Thank you, B. Christine. That's dope. Thank you. So yeah, like I said, I'm definitely, let me see these other questions. Thank you, Mr. Pillow. Thank you. Did your mother, rest in peace, ever share the story about the very first time she laid on her baby girl, blah, blah, blah? What'd she say? Bet it was a huge surprise for her doctors. Thank you. Yes, Summer, Dawn, my mommy did share. And thank you, Mr. Pixelati. She did share. She said she was surprised. She was definitely surprised. But I think, yeah, her thing was she did not want me to. Thank you, Shira. She did not. Thank you. She did not want me to. My mom did not want me to. Okay, let me put it like this. I'm so thankful for my parents. When I was a child, my parents, and to this day, I still feel like I shouldn't be saying this because they were very humble and used to say, don't tell everybody what you do because everybody's not going to be happy for you. But I was very happy. My parents had me into many things. My number favorite thing was I would go to this center called the Learning Center, and I would do like reading comprehension and have fun because they had like speed reading classes. This was when I was like in elementary school. So I would go there and learn how to read different things in dialect class and reading comprehension and all kinds of things. I love communications. Like speed reading is like super fun for me to this day. Like I know it's not really supposed to be good, but whatever. I do it. So, and it's fun. So my mom had me in that. She had me in Taekwondo. She had me in ballet, gymnastics, ice skating, many different things. My mother and father. I think because they noticed that I was very to myself. Remember, my experiences are like, okay, all my beautiful Black people are like, not always so happy about me being Black with blue eyes, and then go to private school and the white people were just like, oh, you're my special friend. I almost felt like I wouldn't refer to myself as that. So let me watch my mouth, but a token. And so I think I really loved reading. So my mother, I think in hindsight, that's why they got me involved in so many activities, because I would just prefer to be in my house, in my bedroom, watching TV or reading a book. I really just wanted to read books. I remember hearing all the children playing. The kids liked me and wanted to play. But yeah, okay, to be honest, every time meeting someone new, it was nervous because you didn't, from my experiences already, I'm like, are they going to be mean to me? Are they going to think I'm extra special, which is going to make somebody else in the group feel a type of way? Or are they just going to be normal and treat me regular, as a child? So I preferred to be in my room and read. And that's why my mom and father, I think that's why they put me in a lot of activities. And so to go back to the point of telling you this is that I was also in like talent and modeling and things like that. And one year I had won a contest, Child of the Year. And to make a super long story short, after I had won the plaque and all this, I was a little girl, maybe 8 or 9 years old. My parents sat me down and some other people were there celebrating, and they asked me, do you know why you won Child of the Year? Because the Child of the Year, you had to do different things. It wasn't like, I didn't think it was based. Anyway, you had to do different things. You had to read, you had to give speeches, you had to perform some kind of talent, things like that. And when they asked me why did I think that I had won Child of the Year, my first thing that came out of my mouth was, oh, because my eyes are blue. And my mother was like, no, 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 no. Okay, now we have to sit down and make sure you know who you are. You're so much more than just blue eyes, but that's all people want to talk to you about as a child. So they don't want that to like affect me and have me think that's all I'm worth, and like my eyes, they're like, no, you have a brain, you love communication, to this day. Now I speak not always very well, but I speak 5 different languages now. Je parle français, yo parlo italiano, ich spreche Deutsch, se habla español un poquito, and English. So really 4, but technically 5. So, that was interesting. Let me see if there are any other. So that was to answer your question. My mother and father went out of their way to make sure that I realized my self-worth was not in the outer. So growing up, like, I like that my parents were like that, because I just like that, maybe because I'm an artist, but I've never been, and I don't knock it because I think it's cool when people can do all this, but I've never been that girl that was like, I need my Gucci, I need my Chanel, I need my Prada. Like, I think those things are pretty, and I do like certain perfumes by Chanel, but that's not what like drives me, or that's not what made me think like, I've never been that type of like outer shell, like, yeah, please be clean, you know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful to see men look good and smell good in their own way, whether it's hip-hop, punk rock, jazz, whatever your style, your flavor is, be you. But I've never, like, I think because of my parents, like, being so adamant that do not get caught up in the outer, or how people look at you in the outer. Both my parents were Southern. So my mother was from North Carolina, my father was from Alabama, and they were very much into, no, 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 everything's going to be ironed and, that. But besides that, they were like, just be clean, look presentable. My mom taught me, how to be a lady and all that. But I just was never caught up into that. And I think that's what my mother's point was, like, don't think about the out like that. Taquitos fritos. Thank you, because I am nervous. Aw, thank you. This is my first YouTube live. I don't have a problem singing on a microphone or telling the band, here are the charts, let's go. But thank you, Elisa. No, I'm not. Thank you. Yeah, let me see any other. No, thank you, Summer. Yeah. And thank you, Shia. It was truly wonderful listening to yours. Thank you, Horizon Gift. I sure will. I surely will. And this is just part one. So yeah, in elementary school, I had those type of experiences. And again, remember, shout out to all the cool kids. And the cool kids were the ones that could, do everything. They were jocks, preps. Some of them were thugs, punk rock. I mean, well, punk rock wasn't supposed to be cool, but to me, they were cool. I was like, oh, I just thought anybody that was original to me, was definitely like happy about. Just, oh, there's someone that can be themselves. So if being yourself meant that you loved hip hop, or you loved um, jazz, or you loved R&B, you loved house music, dubstep, acid jazz, whatever, salsa, own it. That's what I was into, people owning who they were. You know what I mean? So born in Flint, Michigan, went to elementary school. First year was public school. Well, not even first year, a couple of weeks early in, mommy had to snatch me out. Then I'm in private school. I'm doing all these wonderful things. I'm still wondering and hoping that wondering more so, are there any other people out there like me? Am I the only Black person in the world with blue eyes besides this girl I just met, Tanya? Just real curious. And one day I saw on TV Eddie Murphy movie, Harlem Nights. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. Harlem Nights was really cool. But the thing about that movie for me was Red Fox was trying to warn Eddie Murphy about this lady, Jasmine Guy's character. I don't know her name. And he was like, oh, you need to watch out for her. And he was like, why? Why? And they were like, because she's one of those Creole women. She's a Geechee. They'll put a root on you or something. It was a joke he was making. And I ran to my parents because they're from the South. And I'm like, well, what's a Geechee, mommy? And she sort of laughed at me and she said, well, they're usually found in the South. And I said, well, why do they call him Geechee? And why did Red Fox tell Eddie Murphy that she might be Creole or a Geechee and is going to put roots? What's roots, mama? And she was laughing. And she's like, where did you see this? And I'm like, it's on TV. I had a TV in my room. And she was like, well, she told me basically the most she could tell me that I think she knew. My mother was from North Carolina. And my father was from Alabama. She said, Geechee, they're their own tribe, and usually they have different color eyes. And I was like, different color eyes? What do you mean? And she was just like, well, usually they have like hazel green eyes, but some of them have blue eyes. And it was on from there. And I said to myself, when I grow up, I'm moving to New Orleans, and that's where it's going to be Black people like me with blue eyes. And it's just going to be like that video I see, that bumblebee girl that finds her tribe. It was a really cool video. I think Blind Melon, I don't know who. All I can say is that my life has surely changed. Whatever that song is, that video. Anyway, so I was feeling like that girl, like, oh my God, I'm about to go to New Orleans and it's going to be normal for me to be Black with blue eyes. And I can't wait to grow up so I can move to New Orleans. Because I was like, where are they? She was like, well, North Carolina, Louisiana, the Deep South. So obviously, here I am in New Orleans, and I can tell you. Not yet. I haven't found my tribe yet. I mean, these people have the most beautiful eyes. And I mean, hey, T baby, they have the most beautiful eyes down here I've ever seen. They're very unique. They're really, really unique. I mean, I'm from Flint, Michigan. I've lived in Chicago, New York, Switzerland, many different places. Been to the south of France, Italy, Germany, many, many places. I've never seen, and you've seen, I won't get too deep, but I've definitely seen people, make a long story short, it's almost normal to see a Black person with green or hazel eyes nowadays. And that's not to take away from their beauty. They're still just as beautiful. But like, everyone had, you know what I mean? Beyonce has hazel eyes. She's absolutely gorgeous. So please, Beehive, don't kill me. She has hazel eyes. Erykah Badu has the most beautiful hazel eyes. Vanessa Williams. We can go on and on and on. I'm sure you can think of people. You probably know people that are, light complected with hazel eyes. It's almost, they're not common, so please don't get me wrong, but it's almost not a shock to, let's put it that way, to see someone like that. But I still hadn't seen dark people with blue eyes. So I'm still like, okay, I guess I have to wait to grow up, to go to New Orleans and meet people like me. But like I said, I live here now, and I'll never forget. As soon as I got here to New Orleans, people were like, "You have blue eyes," and I was like, "But it's supposed to be normal here, to have blue eyes." And they were like, "No, baby." They're like, "No, baby, you got So there's always someone somewhere that can tell you, "Oh, but I know someone, or I saw one time in my life." Or 3 times actually, I saw a Black person with blue eyes, and you're like, all right, I'm getting closer, but to knowing things. And so, like I said, I'm trying to make this a part 3, but I'm here to answer any questions that you may have. Let me see. I wrote things down. Part 2 will let you know more about my Spanish connection and my deeper connection to New Orleans. Since I've been here for a few years. I'm so happy and thankful. I was living in Switzerland for 10 years before I moved here, and I had to be convinced to move here. I was like, I'm good in Switzerland. If it's good enough for Nina Simone and Josephine Baker and Tina Turner, it's good enough for me. But I hit the city day one. I fell in love. You know what I mean? So I'll definitely share more about that and my experience part 2 and part 3. But so yeah, I shared with you a little bit about my elementary experiences in elementary school. Also about my neighborhood. I was able to play with the kids. It was fun, but you see how I'm rolling my eyes. It was more like, if I go outside, I hope it's with the kids I know already. And you have to meet somebody new. It's going to be like, maybe because I was a kid, or maybe because of my experiences. It's not just meeting someone. It's, God, I hope they don't, God, I hope they don't judge me. I hope they're not mad at me because I was born this way. I hope they don't pick on me because I was born this way. I hope they don't treat me like I'm extra special because I was born this way. I hope they just treat me normal. So those were like a few things that stuck out in my head in regards to being a child, Black with blue eyes. I remember, to be honest, the ones that told me how special I was the most as a child were like the older generation. Most of them, what sticks out in my head, being Black child with blue eyes here in America, happiness, but jealousy too. I'll never forget being in the store, and I'm not here to expose anyone, but being in the store, grocery store, with how do you say this? An older family member. And I'm just going to have to say it. I was in the store, grocery store, with an older family member, and this would come out when my parents were never around. Maybe I don't know. They just weren't there in the grocery store. Maybe I took a ride or something. And people would come to me all the time in the grocery store like, oh my God, you have blue eyes. Oh my God, little baby. Oh my God. And one time, I had gotten compliments from strangers, and they walked away, and the family member turned around and was like, oh, that's the devil in you. You want people to know that you have blue eyes. And I was like, oh my God, and I was raised in a very loving, beautiful, so don't get me wrong, beautiful, very religious family. But my parents were very loving, and everybody else was, in general, very loving. But there were some, so that stuck out in my head as a kid, because I was like, number one, they would have never said that if my mother or father was standing here. Number two, what the heck? Like, what the heck? You know what I mean? So I obviously, to this day, I, give them the side eye if I hear about them or see them or something. I'm just like, ooh. But because I never forget that they said that to me as a child, and I was like, geez, like, okay, so the kids are messing with me because I'm born black with blue eyes. Now I got this family member telling me because people are complimenting me and asking me about my eyes. That's the devil in me that wants the attention and all this weird stuff. So I was like, man, this is going to be an interesting journey being black with blue eyes. It's going to be a little annoying, but it's going to be interesting. So, but everybody's got their whatever, so like I said, I tried to write everything down. Neighborhood, healthy, fun. When people tried to pick on me, or if someone tried to pick on me, um, all the cool kids, from the tough ones to the preps, jocks, they were the ones that very talented, unique paint, all the different artists or rappers, or like I said, pretty girls, preppy people, whatever. They always love, like, show me mad love, always wanted me to hang around, and were very protective of me. So that was really cool. Middle school was interesting. I'll put it like this. I think I really just sort of stayed in my own, like, shell or head, really, because as an adult now, there are, like, Facebook messages that I receive where people apologize a lot to me, and I wasn't aware. And they're apologizing to how they treated me as a child. And I'm like, I just shared with you guys, like, a few things that I have experienced, but it's childhood, so you're not going to remember everything. But I had one guy email me on Facebook and was like, I'm so sorry, I've teased you all the time as a child, da, 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 da. I just want to apologize because I feel bad to this day. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And then I remember I received another Facebook message, and this girl was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, you know um I'm so sorry. Good question, Shantina. I'll answer that in a minute. Um, just finish this up real quick. They were like, okay, a girl was like, oh, I'm so sorry. That, what did she say? I apologize on behalf of me and my friends. We used to follow you around the school, but we would try to not let you see us following you because we were just like, oh my God, this girl, we thought you, I didn't know, but she said, oh, that we thought you were so pretty. And we just, anytime classes, or you would be going to different classes, or it was lunchtime or whatever, we would try and we would follow you, but we would try and hide around the corners, but we just wanted to stare at you because we thought you were so pretty. And of course, I was like, I wish you would have came up to me and said that to me as a child, because as a child, you know what I'm saying? Like, my parents have a great question. My parents' eye colors are both brown. I'm the only person in the family black with blue eyes, which of course makes it even more fun to hear more of the milkman and postman and mailman jokes. That's always fun as a child, because everybody in the family has brown eyes, and you're the only one with blue eyes. So, to answer your question, my parents' eye color was brown. And I remember one time I hurt my mom's feelings, and I didn't mean to, but I was so tired of people always asking me about my eyes. Sometimes I get tired. And I know earlier they were like, do you ever get tired? I was like, no. But yeah, sometimes you get tired of people asking you of your eye color. And because the next question is, well, what color are your parents' eyes? And my mom was with me in the store one time, and someone asked me, oh my God, those are your blue eyes. Does your mother have blue eyes? Um, and I wanted to make the conversation short, and I was a kid, so I don't know what I was thinking, but I said, yeah, she does. And I'll never forget, when we got to the car, my mother was like, Lisa, you told that woman that your mother has blue eyes, but I don't have blue eyes. That really hurt my feelings. And I was like, I'm sorry, you know, and I'll just never forget to this day, like, because she was like, why would you tell that? And she, you know, she doesn't like lie, the word lie, or to not tell the truth. So I felt really bad. To this day, I'm like, sorry. But rest in peace, mommy. But your question, Shantina, has anyone I've dated ever judged me or made me feel bad because of my eyes? No, no, no. Why would I? I mean, he would have been an ex, honey. But no, I've never had that issue in relationships. Like, unless I wasn't aware that he was in the corner, like blue-eyed chick. You know what I mean? But I've never had any of my boyfriends. To be honest, I used to be nervous about that because these are my eyes, and obviously, when I walk down the street, I'm a full-time band leader here. So I already have my musical thing going here and a lot of love for the city, New Orleans, and they show me so much love. So it's not just because I have blue eyes, but when I walk down the street, yeah. So let's say I wasn't in New Orleans. I've been in relationships in Chicago and Switzerland. And I've always wondered how people are going to react. My man that I'm dating or whatever is going to react. Um, when he sees how people react to me just in public. And not trying to be funny, but low key I am. Shout out to all the people wearing contacts because I think I would have more people approaching me, talking to me about my eyes, if it weren't for all these people wearing these colored contacts. Because now people are they more assume that I'm wearing contacts. So I don't think they bother me. But then there are a lot of people that really they get technical, like, no, I was watching you, and when you turned your eyes, I knew those were yours. I didn't want to stare, but I was like, they have to be hers. That's got to be hers. They can't be contact. So, but I think most people, I don't know what most people think, but I've had people apologize to me in adulthood, like, sorry, sister. And I'm like, what are you apologizing for? And they're like, oh, I thought you were wearing contacts and I was talking to someone about you. Like, look at that beautiful sister over there. She doesn't even know how beautiful she is. She has to put contacts in her eyes. And someone happened to know me and they were like, no, that's blue. Those are her eyes. Like, no contacts going on with that girl. Those are her blue eyes, you know. Hi, Miriam. Do your children have colored eyes as well, or is it not genetically passed down? Well, I won't be able to answer that question because I don't have children. So I can tell you that my parents did not have blue eyes, and I'm the only person in my family that is born with blue eyes. I love children. I welcome them one day, hopefully, into my life. In the meantime, I take pride and joy in knowing that I have beautiful nieces and nephews. So thank you, Miriam. Thank you, my and yeah, like I said, what was I saying? So yeah, that was my biggest concern when it came to dating guys. If it had to do with my eyes, was are they going to be able to deal? And I've never seen it be a problem. But I've noticed that of course they notice it. Like just walking down the street, going in the grocery store, at the restaurant, everywhere you go, people are looking. I remember my father, rest in peace, was being diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And my mother and I went into the doctor's office to discuss everything with the doctor. And when we left, my mother was like, okay, he talked to us, but all he did was he just kept staring at your eyes the whole time. Like she was like, he was just mostly just staring at your eyes. So JR, hi JR. Oh, my nephew's here. Oh, shout out to JR. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, my nephew's here. So yeah, I've had many questions. I've been told what I have. The most fascinating thing recently is, like I said, if some of you went to the video that has like close to like 3 million views now, I don't know how all this stuff works, but I take things as signs. Like 2 weeks ago, I had less than 200 subscribers, and I had less than 200 subscribers, and my average video was like a couple of hundred, and maybe the most was 1,000. Now I have video that is like over 3 million, oh, close to over 2 million views, and not slowing down. My subscribers have shot up to 12,000, and although most of my videos, as you'll see, were of my performances here in New Orleans with my band, everywhere from wherever, Little Gem Saloon, Jazz Playhouse in the Royal Sonesta, outside with the band in the French Quarter, to whatever, I did post that video of myself and the beautiful baby Elijah. And that's what really, like, I guess, caught a lot of people's attention. So I took that as a sign because I saw so many comments. There's probably close to 5,000 comments now on that video, but I saw so many comments and so many people, sharing information. So thank you to those that were sharing information, everything from Aborigine information to the Solomon Islands, to the Eve gene, to people saying, oh, she's got Wardenberg. We know what it is. Everything was just like, I love information, good. Mostly everything was just all love, and a lot of people sharing their experiences with their family members or who they seen Black with Blue Eyes. And, like, I wish that I had a video to go to that I could just sit there and watch somebody Black with Blue Eyes tell their story, and no disrespect, but not light skin with green eyes and curly hair. That I can go anywhere and get that story. You know what I mean? They're beautiful in their own way, but I meant something that I could really relate to, like brown, dark, bright, blue. What was it like for you? Like I said, there were 2 women that I spoke to. Actually, one I only met. She's in Florida. Her name is Tanya too. Tanya also. And they both reached out to me through social media. And they both did have Wardenberg syndrome, where one of the eye does something, and the other, they're deaf in one ear. So I've heard all kinds of different diagnosis, situations, hypothesis of why a Black person would be born with blue eyes. And like I said, I'm totally open to your questions. I'm totally open to, many questions. I'm trying to do part 3. Maybe it'll evolve into something more. This is my first YouTube live. I've definitely done lives on Facebook before. But like I said, I do take signs. And once I saw my video go well over 2 million views, and then everybody's having these conversations about my eyes and little Elijah's eyes and how it makes them feel and the experiences they've had running into people Black with blue eyes, I took that as a sign, like, okay, you went to college for communication. Yes, you love to sing. I don't believe that one person on this planet has one gift. I believe we have so many more gifts than we really tap into. But I felt like, okay, it's time to tap in and share your story. Like, what is it that you wish you could go to on the internet? Wish I could go to YouTube and just be like, not just look at a Black person with blue eyes, but hear their story. So hopefully, me sharing a little bit of my experiences gives you a little bit of a peek into being a Black woman, a Black person in America, not light skinned with green eyes and curly hair, dark skinned, soul sister. Not saying that light skinned people with green eyes and curly hair are not soul sisters, they're soul people too. But I'm just saying, someone that looked like me, you know what I mean? The closest person that I felt like, I was so excited because I felt like, oh my God, she looks like me. We look like each other. And meaning, because I know there's some perfectionists out there. I got to watch what I say on the internet. I know they're going to go. People, I've heard stories. But, I just meant like, was Michelle A. because she was brown skin and she had different eyes. Her eyes weren't blue, but they were hazel. So that was, for me, was the first time I saw someone about my complexion that had different color eyes. And I was really happy because, like I said, I'm just like, man, there's no one I can look at. And, I love Naomi Campbell and I love all these beautiful people that have brown skin like me, that's cool. But, sure would be nice to see Black people with blue eyes. So again, what's her name? Shout out to Cindy Black. Never met her. I think she's absolutely beautiful. And like I said, the first time I saw her video, all I did was just smile. I was just happy. I remember her eyes were so blue and so pretty to me. And then she was the same complexion or around the same complexion as myself. And I just thought she was beautiful. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see someone that is, okay, Shira, I'll try. Like I said, this, hi, Angel. Well, thank you, Bridget. That sounds beautiful. He sounds like he was a handsome man. And like I said, on that other video, I'm definitely aware of other Black people in the world with blue eyes. That sort of makes me smile, but there's always, from my Facebook to, especially since I posted that video here on YouTube, there's so many people that are like, well, there are other Black people with blue eyes. There are other. And I'm like, yes, I know. See, I like to read and the internet, and I've traveled. And there's a video of me running into one, you know what I mean? And shout out to Cindy Black again, and there are many other beautiful people in their own right. So, I'm definitely, thank you, Linda. And greetings from New Orleans. Thank you, Linda. This is my first YouTube. Again, it's my first YouTube, so I don't want to do too much. And again, I am a little nervous, but I'm thankful to, be able to share my story. And maybe there'll be some little Black girl or Black family with blue eyes that live in America that are like, oh my gosh. Because when I met Elijah, that's the first thing his parents were like, what were your experiences? Can we stay in touch? And I'm like, tell him to get ready for a ride. Because I felt like I was a walking social experiment just in regards to how different people would react to me just off the fact. And this is way before contacts were in and all that stuff, Oh, thank you, Linda. And again, you guys, I am a little nervous. This is my YouTube channel. I'm definitely into building it up. And I've already been talking to graphic designers about my banner and just trying to make things as nice as possible. So please feel free to subscribe and hit the notification button so you can know when my other videos are. And if you don't mind, feel free to donate. You can donate to my Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Everything is appreciated. And like I said, I went to college for communications. And as you'll see in my other videos, I've been a full-time band leader and very thankful to be a full-time band leader for a long time. So I've been doing well. These are great questions. Amelia, Boo, and Friends, and Summer Dawn are basically asking the same question. Have you ever wished your eyes were a different color because of people thinking they're contacts? No. When they think they're contacts, it almost gives me adrenaline rush to be like, say I'm not gonna do. My mom used to get really mad when I would literally lift my eyeball, like, there's her mom. I'm not gonna do it on YouTube because, like they say, watch what you do. Someone screenshot it, and now I got some crazy picture of me lifting my eyelid. But I used to lift my eyelid, just like, and there was a period where my best friend used to be like, especially when the contacts were really popular, people would be like, oh my gosh, you have pretty eyes, and I would say, thank you, they're mine. Thank you, they're mine. They're not contact. And my best friend noticed that I started making a habit of doing that. And she was like, oh, no. You don't have to do that. Don't do that. They can tell. How was it for the first time I sang in public? Great. I was like 2 years old. I grew up singing in church. I've sang my whole life. I studied piano at the Flint Institute of Music. I also sang opera. I love singing. I love communications. I was actually on WDZZ 92.7 FM. in Flint, Michigan for a short while before my parents passed. I was actually touring with a Motown artist, Granique. And my mom let me know my father, because I had older parents and everyone thought my parents were my grandparents. But anyway, my father had Alzheimer's. So I had came home. And while I was home helping my mom take care of my father, I was able to do a segment on the FM radio station at home in Flint, Michigan. It was called Blues News. And I say, Blues News, hip hop, you heard? Isn't that cute? And I hadn't even lived in New Orleans yet. But so excuse me, no, I never wish I had different color eyes. I remember at one point I did go to my mom and I asked her, I was like, Mommy, can I get brown contacts? And she was like, no. And I was like, Mom, please, I just want brown contacts. And she was like, no, you have to be proud of who you are. I'm not going to let you start covering up who you are. And I remember when I went to the eye doctor, I guess this was new for colored contacts, but I had asked them, like, can I get brown contacts? And they were like, of course. Why do you want contacts? You don't need it. You have great eyesight. Your eyes are beautiful. Why do you? I was like, I just would like them. And they were like, if you put brown contacts over your eyes, I don't know if they were telling the truth or trying to keep me from not wanting them. They were like, your eyes going to look different and funny anyway, because you have this strong blue. And I was like, okay. So I got over that real quick. It was just like I asked 2 times, and once my mom was like, no, that's not cool. And the eye doctor was like, oh, it's going to look crazy anyway. I just was like, well, it might as well be me. So I did have that moment. I remember those moments where I did ask my parents. Great question. How was it the first time I said? And thank you, Taquitos Frito, and Lily Mayflower. When I was little, did I never want to go outside? Did I ever not want to go outside or to other places because of my eye color? Yeah, I mean, I said that. Yes. Oh, look at me getting defensive. I said that already. But yeah, school, like public school. But my mother solved that. She put me in private school. And no matter where you go, you're Black with blue eyes, so you just get used to it. And that's definitely what I was told as a child. Like, girl, this is where you're born. People are going to act like for the rest of your life. I remember being told that no matter where you go, someone's going to stop you and want to question you and be all up in your face, and trying to sneak to get the look. Are those really her eyes? All that stuff. So, hey, Jersey City. Oh, the blues. Well, thank you. I love singing the blues. Shoot. And I'm open to suggestions. Like I said, I'm still new to this whole YouTube live. I mean, I've been posting videos of myself singing everything from Billie Holiday with the band to Betty Carter with the band to Ella Fitzgerald to Bessie Smith to a little Aretha Franklin. If you follow me on my Facebook, you'll see me singing everything from the blues to Bésame mucho to French, C'est si bon to the Judds. Whoa, whoa, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days to Fleetwood Mac to so much. So I absolutely love music. Thank you, Taquitos. Thank you. So yeah, like I said, I don't want to do too much on my first YouTube live. Again, I was a little nervous, but you guys are so beautiful and nice. And part 2 will be basically my high school experiences, high school and college. Very interesting stories. Being Black with blue eyes, because college, high school, yeah, I went to private school. I'll give you a little whatever. I went to, thank you, Shira, and thank you, Lily. I went to back at you. I went to high school. I went to private school as well, but I also went to a public school because I used to be like, I want to go to public school. Anyway, so high school and college are definitely interesting stories to share. Yeah, and college. Alabama State University. That's part 2. So high school and college. I hope I did okay on my first YouTube live. This was fun. Felt good to tell a little bit of my story. Felt good to hear that people are interested in hearing my story. What I know about Fleetwood Mac, players only love you when they're playing. I love Fleetwood Mac. Say when they will come and they will go. I love Fleetwood Mac. When okay. Rain washes you clean, you know. Anyway, I think I need water to start going there, but I'm super open to any ideas, suggestions, questions you guys may have. I think the next one should be what like I enjoy doing on Facebook. I talk a little, but then I sing, and then I like to take requests. So just to let you know in this live, I love everything from Anita Baker to Billie Holiday, obviously, God Bless the Child, to Nina Simone, and I'm feeling good, to Aretha, daydreaming and I'm thinking of you, to Gladys Knight. If anyone should ever write my life story, to Patsy Cline, to I can go on and on and on. But thank you guys. Just let me know. So I think I'll make the next video like that. It'll still be part 2, my experience being Black in America, born with blue eyes, where I share my personal experiences here and abroad, as well as get some singing in. I don't know if it'll be a cappella or with music. Y'all let me know. So thank you, Stay Woke. Thank you, Shiera. Thank you, Bridget. Thank all of you so much. And I guess I should get out of here. I'm trying to make sure I answered. Okay, well, maybe I'll do that the next, but I definitely want to stay on track. Like I said, I'm open to all the questions, and I definitely have videos where I'm just singing live the whole time. That's actually the last video I posted. If you want to, feel free to go over there to the last video I posted on YouTube, where you can see me singing the majority of what you just heard me sing. Everything from what I said, Nat King Cole, to Billie Holiday, to Ella Fitzgerald, to Fleetwood Mac, to Louis Armstrong songs, to Anita Baker. All of that's on the other video, but I'm always here for the music and here to share. So again, thank you. Your donations are definitely appreciated. This is my first YouTube video, but I'm definitely working hard to build it up or whatever, and give you what you guys are looking for in regards to just sharing. And thank you, Angel Cakes. And again, regardless if it's $2, $5, $10, any donation is appreciated. If you're enjoying what I'm sharing and you have any suggestions, I'm all open. Like I said, I am speaking to graphic designers right now in regards to making the banner nice. And I'm just reading a lot about all this YouTube and copyright and live streaming and things like that. But I think I'm starting to learn it's not as complicated as I might want it to think it is. So I'm so happy right now. You guys don't understand. Like, I could tear up, but I was nervous. I'm talking about myself. And, I'm an independent artist. Like I said, I don't have some, And I'm proud to be an independent artist. I don't have some professional this or professional that or a publicist or a coach to tell me what to talk about. I'm literally just going off of vibes and instincts. So I hope I was able to share a little bit and, spread a little bit of knowledge of my experience being Black with blue eyes here in America. And thanks, Mary. I don't know if that was an accident, but lots and lots of love to you, Lily Mayflower. Lots of love to you, Shiera. I really appreciate all the love and your beautiful words. Thank you, Bridget Gilliam. Lots of love to you. So I'm going to get out of here. I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. And I'm going to definitely keep you updated when my next live will be, part 2, but I'll definitely include music because I love what you guys are asking for. So it will be a live video. My next video will be a live video. Good morning, Santino, but it's 4:19 p.m. here in New Orleans, and I'm about to get out of here. Bye, Summer. Be blessed. And thank you. And I'll see you at the next live. And until then, you definitely can check out my other videos here on YouTube. Remember, please don't hesitate to donate to my Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes, is my YouTube channel. Please feel free to subscribe, notification, and just please don't hesitate to send me any messages, suggestions, questions you may have, so I can make each video better and better. And again, thank you and lots of love from Nola. Mwah. All right, I'm out.